So if you've been waking up every morning with that heavy feeling in your chest and sitting there at your computer screen, staring at it and just kind of wondering in the background, like, is this all that life has to offer for me? Am I this monkey in this cubicle not doing anything significant? Then you're not alone, because there are millions and millions of people out there that are in that situation. And it doesn't have to be that way. But here's the thing, quitting your job isn't just about being unhappy. There's a right time to do it. But getting it wrong and quitting at the wrong time for the wrong reason can cost you years of your life and hundreds of thousands of dollars wasted. So let's talk about how to know for sure when it's time to go. Hi, my name is Jason, and on this channel we talk about business, money, and creating a life that you actually want to live. If that sounds like something that you need right now, hit subscribe so that you don't miss what's coming next. So real quick, I just want to kind of answer the question, why can you even listen to me about this subject? So as I've grown my career for the past 20 years, I've worked in many different roles. One, I was in the United States Air Force. I transitioned into a small family business. From that, I created my own company and then scaled that to a multi-million-dollar company. And that's what I do today. I operate that company called taikatranslations.com and tvpteam.com, and I lead a team to accomplish new heights each and every year as we work and grow together. But more importantly than that, I coach our team on doing work that matters to them, that they have actually been created for, that fits who they are, so that they can prosper and help us to prosper, because they're actually doing what they do best each and every day, and they love their work, even through the struggles. It doesn't mean that they're not struggles, but it means that there's challenges, and these people are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing and what they love to do, and they're doing it with people that they love. So they're able to endure those storms and prosper, sometimes in spite of those challenges, instead of be crushed by them. So I just want to share that with you as kind of a pre-course to what I'm about to talk about. It's just to kind of answer that question and put that to rest in your mind. Like, can you even listen to this guy? Does this guy even have any experience talking about any of this stuff? Yes, I do. I've been working in this area for many, many years in my personal life and in the lives of all the team who works with us. Right now, there are 15 core staff that work in these two companies with me, and we build the strategies that cause our organization to prosper each and every day. In addition to that, we have thousands of vendors that work with us to process all the work that we do on a month-to-month basis. So that's just a little bit of background. Let's get back to the content. The first thing I just want to share with you is if you've completely lost passion, like the tag for this is emotional red flags. If you have completely lost all passion for the work that you're doing, you have to find a way to reignite that passion, and it comes within you. It doesn't come from an exterior source, or it's time to start considering the exit. If this has been going on not just for a week, not just because you had a hard conversation or have been held accountable about something that maybe you failed in and you're trying to get better, not because of that kind of stuff, but if it's actually gone on for months and months and maybe years at this point, and you have zero passion for the work that you do, and it drains you, it drains when you go home. When you come to work, you have zero passion for being there. You don't want to be involved in the meetings. Everything's completely boring. And when you go home, you're like, meh. You remember that Emoji movie? If you haven't, go watch it. There's a movie that has meh. So check it out. Anyways, if you're meh all the time at your work, and you are not going to, and you cannot find a way to be passionate about the work that you're doing, then it's time to start considering an exit. And it's turning into more of a lifestyle that you're tolerating, and instead of something that you love, which is your life that you're spending doing something that you really don't like, that you hate, that's something that isn't even valuable to you. Because if you're not passionate about it, it's not valuable to you. Life is too short to do things that we could care less about and run on empty the whole day. Like, that's not what life was meant to be. It's supposed to be full of challenges, passion, sacrifice, wins, failures, deep dives into really challenging issues, solving those together with a team, and creating outcomes that you really care about with people that you really care about. And if you can't do that in your workplace, then it's time to start considering the move. Now, I didn't say jump. I didn't say take a great leap. I didn't say take this grand leap of faith. That's probably the worst thing that you could do at this stage. So it's time to start considering it and then taking the next steps, okay? So we don't just leap. As you go through this video, I just want you to know one really important principle. If you get nothing else from this video, it's that if you're making a big transition, don't leap, step, because you have a great plan. Second, if there is no room for growth where you currently are right now, financially or professionally, there's no room for growth, the passion isn't there, and you're in a real dead end job, and you really don't want to be in that type of a job. You can't see yourself happy there in 5 years. You've been asking for opportunities, new challenges, new things to work on, to step up, and you're just hearing like maybe later, maybe at some other time, we're not sure, we don't know what the forecasts look like, and you're not getting any solid answers for upward forward movement, and it's gone on for a really long time, then that's a reason to start inclining towards making those preparations to exit. Don't just leap though. We have to do the right preparations so that we can take the next logical step that helps us, not harms us. If there's no career growth in what you're doing, if there's no prospect for the future, it's like a plant that's not being watered. Eventually it withers up and shrivels up and dies. The third thing I want to address when deciding when it's time to quit is toxic environments. So if you are currently in a toxic environment, you got a toxic boss, toxic leaders, nobody's going to deal with any of the issues in your organization and deal with that toxicity. There's no improvement being made, no acknowledgement of it. It's just a toxic workplace. You're slowly killing yourself. You're slowly killing your passion for the work that you do. Even if you love the outcome even if you actually love the outcome that your organization produces, you are slowly killing your desire to be there, your passion for the work, your passion for the mission of the organization. If that toxicity can't be corrected, if you can't correct it, or it's not going to ever be corrected, staying there 5 more years is just going to be more and more toxic. And there's no way to eliminate that. These things eat away at your confidence, they eat away at your mental health, and that they cause you to lose heart for the work that you have to do each and every day. Life is too short to live in that condition. You cannot thrive in an environment that you're working against your best self. I mean, just think about that. What does that do to you over time? I was a dental laboratory technologist in the United States Air Force, and one of the principles they teach you when moving teeth inside of the mouth is a small amount of pressure over a long period of time, and you have a big movement that actually straightens out the teeth or realigns it or fixes a pathological problem. And if you have that small amount of toxicity in your life and it's over a really long period of time and it's not going anywhere, that's something that's going to cause us to incline to say, okay, we need to take the next step. But don't quit just yet. We still have to have a plan. All right, so before you take the next step, you should never jump without a parachute. Too many people do this and they end up in a worse situation. So we have to do a financial readiness check. What is that? Basically, you need to answer the question. If you go without income for 3 to 6 months, are you prepared for that? Can you go without income? Not like all the Netflix and all of the periphery expenses, but I mean food, shelter, clothing, transportation for you to get to those job interviews. Can you cover all of those expenses for 3 to 6 months? If you can't, and you're more like on the 2-month range, you're not ready to take the step. You have to set up a plan where you've paid down your debt, all credit card debt, and gotten rid of as many payments as you possibly can. You saved up a baby emergency fund of $1,000, and then have been able to make it to the next step of saving up 3 to 6 months. Now, I know that sounds challenging, especially if you're working in a job that you hate and you've lost passion for everything where you are, but you can't make a solid next step without having a financial plan, having a financial cushion in place. If you do, you will start to become desperate, and desperate and dumb are cousins. So don't do that. You have to have a financial readiness plan. So that means pay down your debt so that you don't have these big piles of cash going out the window every single month because you have so many payments, and then save up to 3 to 6 months in emergency fund that can cover those payments that you have, so that when you take that step, it's more of a step than a leap. Considering the leap, and I know it's hard to do when you're not feeling great, when you're not feeling so confident, when maybe your passion is low, when you're not even sure if you can find a place to work that you love and an impact that you care about. But I'm here to tell you, with working with hundreds of people all over the world, you can absolutely do this. You can find work that you love in an industry that you can care about, that creates an impact in that industry that you care about, and you can show up energized to do great work each and every day. There are many, many great leaders out there operating in companies all over the world that provide opportunities for people just like you who want to make an impact in something that they're good at and show up energized to work each and every day. That could be a remote job. It could be an in-person job. Maybe you love working remotely and you want to work from home. Great. Find an opportunity for that there's thousands and thousands of them out there. And I just want to kind of give you that glimmer of hope that life isn't a dead end. You're not in a dead end situation. And there is hope for you. There is a job out there where you can show up passionate and work each and every day about something or with a team that you love and an impact that you deeply care about. But you do have to have a plan. And that means outlining exactly what steps that you're going to take in the next 90 days to land you that next position. Now, it might not be the perfect ideal next position, and you might find out after working there for 6 months that actually it's not all that you thought it was going to be. There is a parameter that I want you to know that everybody who does work in any industry has to deal with, and that is the 60, 70 to 30, 40 principle, okay? If you can show up at your work 60 to 70% of the time and you like your job and it's a great place to work, and then there's 30, sometimes 40% of the time when it's a little rough. It's hard, challenging, the problems are bigger than you thought they'd be, the sacrifice is deeper than you thought it would be. Sometimes there's an accountability and a relationship issue, and you have to deal with those things in the work. And you're like, man, this is very uncomfortable. This is hard. I really don't like that. You're in the right spot. Hear me again. 60 to 70% is just about the right balance of I really like coming here and doing my job. And then 30 to 40% of the time, it can be like a meh to a man, this is really hard. That is a reality that you should be looking for in your work. I don't think it's realistic to be like, okay, every single day when I come to work, like we have fireworks going off, there's a band playing in the background, and we are jamming through this day because it is awesome. That's not a reality that we live in. Life has challenges, and work has challenges. You can't just separate life from work and think that you're going to be able to find a job where you're happy 100% of the time every day, even 90% of the time every day. It's not going to be that way. Work is going to be challenging, and some periods are going to be tough, really tough. So maybe a 12-month period, it's going to be really tough, but you'll work through that because you got a great team that you love, you're passionate about the impact, and you know that it's just for a season. I just kind of want to deliver that piece to you because it's very important as a owner of a company that employs people, and as somebody who's pondered this myself for many, many years, it's very important to understand that key reality that it's not going to be hearts and flowers every day, but over time and as a whole, it's something that you deeply care about, can be very engaged in, and you absolutely care about the impact that you're making in the world and the team that you work with. So if you're switching careers, you're like, I definitely want to work in this other career. I've worked in multiple careers. I need to work in this other career. And you know, okay, over the next 90 days, I need to get a certification. I need to take a couple classes. I need to become more skilled in such and such area. That goes in your 90-day plan. Next thing, I need to get around the people. I need to connect with all the people in my network who know people in that industry. And I need to call them up. I need to meet them for coffee. I need to go sit down with somebody. I need to see if I have any relationships in that space where I want to work and start connecting with them immediately. After that, if you don't have any immediate connections, who do you know that has a connection in that network that you want to go into that industry, into that sphere? Who do you know that knows somebody? Ask them to make you an introduction. If you're a great person, and you probably are because you're watching this video, then you probably know really great people. And those great people, even if you haven't talked to them for a while, will be really happy to make an introduction to somebody to help you move forward in your life. He's like, look, I'm going through a career change. I'm looking for making a move in my life. Could you introduce me to so-and-so? I see you're connected to them on your socials, and they're in the job. They're actually in the company that I'd like to go interview for. Could you help me make a connection? And 9 times out of 10, you ask somebody that question, they'd be glad to do that for you. So just think about that a little bit. And you can even ask AI to help you with this. Who do I know in my social network that knows somebody in this industry or is connected to somebody in this industry that I could connect with? And it will help you identify those. So really cool tools that we have at our fingertips today. And you just have to make this 90-day plan. Who you're going to connect with, what skills you need to be enhancing, and then where are you going to go meet those people and start getting those interviews. Because in this day and age, you can't just send out 10,000 interviews and hope you're going to get a great job. It's not going to work that way. You have to know somebody who knows somebody somewhere to get a job. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So make sure that you're considering that you're integrating that into your 90-day plan as you make the exit into a new position or role. Now, even better if while you're still working, you can actually make this transition where you can actually save some money, pay down your debt, make this 90-day plan, and already take those steps to be connecting with all the people before you even leave your job whatsoever. Don't go around advertising, hey, I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm leaving. Your boss is not going to like that. So don't do that. And it would be kind of disrespectful. So go start connecting, doing the background work so that you can make the step, not a leap. Remember, it's all about stepping, not leaping, and being prepared. Financial readiness check-in, 90-day plan. We have that created. Now we're much more ready to take the step. Finally, as you consider that position that you're going into, I want you to envision yourself in that position that you're thinking that you would like to go into. Envision yourself there and say, in 5 years, will I be happy in this position, making this impact, working with this company and doing this and this team? Is that something that I can really engage in and invest my life into and see myself really being happy there over the next 5 years? If you prepare financially, you have a clear plan and align the work that you want to do with your values, you're not just quitting a job, you're upgrading your life. Quitting your job is a massive decision. But remember, more than anything else, it's not about running away from something bad. It's about running to something that's much, much better. If this helped you to see your situation a little more clearly, you're not going to want to miss what's coming next. I share strategies, tools, and real talk to help you make smarter moves in your career and money. So hit that subscribe button right now.